Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a question that's popping up literally everywhere in the world of online shopping and digital finance. What is a virtual prepaid card? Look, if you're an absolute beginner and you're feeling totally overwhelmed by all the digital jargon out there, take a breath. You are in exactly the right place. We're going to build your knowledge up from absolute zero, step by step, so you can understand exactly what this digital tool is and how it can actually work for you. Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever wanted to buy something online, maybe from a brand new website or a service you just aren't completely sure about, and you kind of hesitated to type in your main bank card details? Right? It's totally normal to want a little extra financial privacy online, or simply a safe buffer for your hard-earned savings. That exact need for a secure, completely separate way to pay is why so many people are asking, what's a virtual prepaid card, and why they're ultimately turning to it as their go-to digital solution. Let's take a super quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll start with welcome to virtual cards, then cover how virtual cards work, comparing payment options, benefits and limitations, are virtual cards safe, and wrap up with choosing a provider. Part 1. Welcome to virtual cards. So, getting right to the core of the matter, what is a virtual prepaid card? Put simply, a virtual prepaid card is a digital payment card that exists entirely electronically. There's no physical piece of plastic that you hold in your hand. The critical keyword to focus on here is prepaid. That means you absolutely have to add or load funds onto it before you can ever use it. Think of it like a digital envelope. If you want to spend $50 online, you put exactly $50 into this separate, secure digital envelope, and you can only spend that specific available balance. It's just a super simple, isolated way to manage your cash. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that even though there's no physical plastic involved, a virtual prepaid card gives you the exact same payment details you're already used to seeing. When you create one, boom, you get a standard 16-digit card number, a regular expiration date, that little CVV or CVC security code, and of course, your available balance. When you're at an online checkout and it asks for your card info, you just type these digital details right in, exactly as you would if you were reading them off a physical card from your wallet. Let's move to part 2 and see how this builds into actually using one, how virtual cards work. Now that we know what it is, let's trace the actual chronological journey of using one. Step 1. You get or create the virtual card through your chosen provider. Step 2. You add or load your money. And just a quick aside here, the exact ways you can fund it will totally depend on who issues the card. Step 3. You receive your digital card details right there on your phone or laptop screen. Step 4, you take those details and make your eligible online payment. And finally, Step 5, that purchase amount is instantly deducted from your available balance. It really is a straightforward, simple process designed for the digital age. So where do people actually use these digital envelopes? Well, common everyday uses include online shopping, wrangling those sneaky digital subscriptions like your streaming services, paying for software, and even funding certain online advertising platforms. But here is a very firm point of clarification. You cannot assume that every virtual card works on every single website. Acceptance always depends on the specific card provider, the network it runs on, the individual merchant, and the type of transaction. It's not a universal skeleton key. Moving right along to part 3, comparing payment options. And this brilliantly illustrates the fundamental differences between the tools you already know. To really grasp what is prepaid virtual card functionality compared to the rest, let's break it down. With a standard debit card, your money pulls directly from your linked primary bank account. With a credit card, you're borrowing money from a bank that you have to pay back later. But with a virtual prepaid card, the funding source is strictly the funds you consciously decided to load. Can you overspend? Well, on a credit card, yes, right up to your limit. On a debit card, sometimes, which usually means getting hit with crazy overdraft fees. But a virtual prepaid card? Absolutely not. You can literally only spend the exact amount loaded. And format-wise, while debit and credit cards are usually physical, plastic, our focus today is entirely digital. Part 4. Benefits and limitations. Let's look at the main benefits first. Honestly, they're incredibly convenient for online payments. And because there's no physical card to manufacture and mail to you, getting set up is usually super quick. But the real standout feature is how they completely separate your online shopping from your primary life savings account. And because you literally cannot spend more than you load, they are highly useful for controlling your spending limits. This makes them absolutely fantastic for keeping your monthly digital subscription costs perfectly in check. So, the crucial point is, you have to be aware of the limitations too. Do not fall for the myth that these work flawlessly everywhere. They don't. Some merchants might flat out reject prepaid cards. Certain transactions might require extra identity verification steps. Fees can vary wildly between providers, and cards often have very specific spending, loading, or expiration limits. You might also run into annoying restrictions with refunds or recurring payments, and availability heavily depends on what country you live in. It is absolutely vital that you always read a provider's terms before you purchase or load any funds.
Part 5. Are virtual cards safe?
This is a massive question for beginners, and the answer is a balanced one. Yes, a virtual prepaid card can be a very useful tool for managing online payments, but safety ultimately depends on the provider you choose, their internal security practices, their transaction controls, and frankly, how you handle the card. Just because it's digital doesn't mean you can be careless. You still need to protect your card details. Treat that digital CVV just like you would a physical one. We highly advise you to use reputable providers, never share your security info, and always review your transaction activity regularly.
Part 6. Choosing a provider. If you're ready to explore the market and find a service that fits your specific needs, CardUpNow is one relevant option you can research. But, and keeping our golden rule from the limitation slide in mind, before you commit to using any provider, including this one, you must do your homework. Always take the time to compare their fees, check their supported countries, look at the card types they offer, understand their spending limits, verify their merchant acceptance, and actually read their terms. Being an informed beginner means looking at all the details first.
All right, let's lock in everything we've learned today with a rapid-fire final summary. Number 1, a virtual prepaid card is simply a digital payment card. Number 2, you generally must load funds onto it before you can actually spend anything. And number 3, the features, the fees, the limits, and where you can use it depend entirely on the specific provider you choose. I want to end this explainer by leaving you with this thought. How will you use your first digital envelope to take control of your online spending? Whether it's safely testing out a new e-commerce website or finally putting a strict budget on those monthly software subscriptions, the power to manage your digital footprint is completely in your hands. If this explainer helped clear things up for you today, be sure to subscribe for more beginner-friendly guides about online payments and digital tools. Keep learning, stay secure online, and I'll see you in the next explainer.